Hello, I am Ria May Alabagnao, and I will be discussing Chapter 5, which is the Affective Learning Competencies. I guess it is not hard for us to define what is affective since us teachers or future educator, when we make our lesson plan, we should cover three domains, which are the cognitive, affective, and psychomotor. But in this chapter, we'll be talking only about the affective learning competency. So, according to William James Popin, there are actually reasons or three reasons why it is important to assess effects. So, first, we have the educator should be interested in assessing variables because these variables are excellent predictors of students' future behavior. The second, though, is teachers should assess effect to remind themselves that there's more to being a successful teacher than helping a student to obtain high score and achieving test. The third one is information regarding students' effect to help teachers teach more effectively on a day-to-day basis. So besides students' academic performance, there are other dimensions of learning that need to be assessed. Also, these are aptitudes and attitudes that are related to the academic achievement of learners. So that is according to Tanner 2001. So while students in a class may have similar experiences with a subject, their performance can vary significantly. So understanding these differences is crucial for better assessment. So learners' attitude toward academic tasks play a significant role in their achievement. So that is according to Harter 1988 and Lefrancois 1994. So attitude is related to the affective domains, indicating that students' feelings about tasks can influence their performance. Therefore, it is essential for teachers to assess and address students' attitude to enhance both their enjoyment and effectiveness in academic activities. The relevance of affective target as regards assessment of learners and facilitation of learning will be discussed. So first we have the importance of affective targets. So students learn better when they are happy and interested in what they are learning. So this is because they are more likely to pay attention. Positive effect traits and skills are essential for effective learning. So, effective learning because this means students are acquiring knowledge and skills in a way that helps them understand and apply what you've learned. So, it's about deep understanding, not just memorization. Second is being involved and productive member of our society. So being an involved and productive member of our society, this focuses on preparing students to be active, contributing citizens who participate in their communities and make a positive impact. Third one is preparing for occupational and vocational satisfaction and productivity, like work habits and willingness to learn. So preparing for occupational and vocational satisfaction. This means that this emphasizes developing skills and habits that will help students find fulfilling careers and be successful in the workplace. So it includes things like work ethic, problem solving, and teamwork. Another one is maximizing the motivation to learn. So um, this means that this aims to foster a love of learning that will last a lifetime. So, encouraging students to be curious and seek out new knowledge and experiences. The last one is preventing students from dropping out of school. So, this means or this signifies the importance of creating an environment where students feel supported and engaged, helping them stay in school and achieve their full potential. So, number two, we have the affective trait and learning targets. So, affective variety traits and dispositions that are different from knowledge, reasoning, and skill. So that is according to Ha 95. So this means that emotional or feeling that one has towards something. So technically, this term means that emotions or feelings that one has towards someone or something. So, nevertheless, attitudes, values, self concept, citizenship, and other traits are usually considered to be non cognitive, include more than emotions or feelings. Most kinds of students affect involve both emotion and cognitive beliefs. So here are the different affective traits and its description. So traits, we have a lot. We have attitudes, interests, values, opinions, preferences, motivations. What else? We have motivation, academic, self-concept, self-esteem, locus of control, emotional development, social relationship, altruism, moral development, classroom development. So you can just pause and read the description on the other side. So next we have 2.1 attitude targets. Attitudes, the internal states that influence what students are likely to do, determine positive or negative or favorable or unfavorable reaction toward an object, situation, or group of people. So it does not refer to behaviors. So what a student knows right or wrong in a moral ethical sense or characteristics such as race, age, or socioeconomic status. In learning institution, attitude is contingent on subjects, teachers, other students, homework, and other objects or persons. So we have here the positive and negative attitude that person intend to foster. So we have three components of contributing factors of attitudes. First, we have an affect component, a positive or negative feeling. So this is the emotional part of an attitude. So it's how we feel about something. For example, if we have a positive attitude toward chocolate, we might feel happy and excited when we see it. Second is the cognitive component describing worth or value. So here, this is the thinking part of an attitude. So it's our belief and knowledge about the object of our attitude. So for example, we might believe that chocolates is delicious and good for us even if it isn't entirely true. So the third one is a behavioral component indicating a willingness or desire to engage in particular action. So this is the action part of an attitude. So it's how we act toward an object of our attitude. For example, if we have a positive attitude toward chocolates, we might be willing to buy it, eat it, and share it with others. Next, we have 2.2 value targets. Value refers either end states of existence or to modes of conduct that desirable. Refers to condition and aspect of oneself and the kind of world that a person wants, such as safe life, world peace, freedom, happiness, social acceptance, and wisdom. So values that are commendable and non-controversial are described in the table below. So you can just read it by looking at the table. 2.3 Motivation targets. Motivation targets in education, it is the existence to which students are involved in trying to learn. So expectancy, why value framework. This implies that motivation is determined by students' expectations, their beliefs about whether they are likely to be successful, and the relevance of the outcome. So some examples of motivation targets. So students will believe that they are capable of learning how to write simple computer program using Java. So that is an example of self-efficacy. So if students will believe that it is important to know how to write simple computer programs using Java, that is value. And so there are actually two kinds or types of motivations. When students do something or engage themselves in activities because they find the activity interesting, enjoyable, or challenging, they are intrinsically motivated. So, while intrinsic motivation is doing something because it leads to a reward or punishment. 2.4 Academic Self-Concept Targets. Academic self-concept is the way students describe themselves as learners. So this is how students view themselves as learners. So their beliefs about their abilities and skills in schools. So in setting targets, it is helpful to remember that self-concept and self-esteem is multidimensional. So multidimensional self-concept and self-esteem. So both self-concept and self-esteem are complex and made up of different parts. For example, a student might feel confident in math but less so in writing. So the third one is self-esteem is how students feel about themselves. So this is how students feel about themselves overall, their general sense of worth and value. So next is the self-concept is how students see themselves. Again, self-concept. This is how students see themselves. Um, their beliefs about their characteristics, abilities, and capabilities. Last one is the target that are specific to subject areas will yield to a more useful information. So setting targets for specific subjects like math or reading will give you more useful information about student strengths and weaknesses. So we have 2.5 social relationship targets, a complex set of interaction skills including identification of and appropriate responses to social indications. So define social relationships. These are the behaviors that are intended to help others. Here are some examples of social relationship areas as corresponding targets. So next we have 2.6 classroom environment targets. Classroom climate significantly impacts students' behavior and learning. So different classrooms have different atmospheres, some positive and supportive, others negative and tense. So this climate influence how students interact and learn. So here are the characteristic and description of our classroom environment. So we have here affiliation, involvement. You can just vary and look at the table and read it. The last one, we have the affective domain on the taxonomy of educational objectives. So in 1964, David R. Krathwohl, together with his colleagues, extended Bloom's taxonomy of educational objectives by publishing the second taxonomy of objectives. So this time, giving emphasis on the affective domain. So here is the Bloom taxonomy of educational objectives. So we have 5 levels here. We have the receiving or attending, responding, valuing, organizing, characterizing by a value or value complex. So you can just pause this video and read the description and its examples. So that is all for the chapter 5. Thank you for listening.